Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 21st through the 27th. This is going to be for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising. We're going to see what is happening in the Aquarius collective. If you fall on this video out of the dates I mentioned, don't you worry. You found it when you were meant to find it, when the messages were, ripe for you to pick. Keep in mind, it's a general reading. Not every single message is going to resonate. Take what does, leave what doesn't. All right, what does Aquarius have permission to know at this time? What does Aquarius need to know at this time, please? Messages for the Aquarius collective. Alrighty, my dears. So the first card you have coming up here is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is very, very, very busy energy, a lot going on. Now, I know a lot of you are used to watching tarot videos because you look for love readings, and most people, when they do tarot readings, will focus on love. I do love separate on my channel, and so the love readings I do once a month. That's linked in the description. July will be up soon. However, we're going to look at this card outside of traditionally the love meaning. I know a lot of people see Two of Pentacles and they say, oh, there's somebody two-timing, right? And that could be happening for some of you, but that's not what we're focusing on in this reading. Oops. So in this reading, we're focusing on the Two of Pentacles outside of the traditional stereotypes that it gets in love readings. Two of Pentacles is busy energy. It's a lot going on. And it reminds us that we need to have some fun. We need to bring a spoonful of sugar with the medicine, so to speak. Two of Pentacles can also come up to say that you are inside your head way too much. What does that mean? When we're in our head, we're constantly second guessing ourselves, and we constantly think we know what other people are thinking when they look at us or when they say something, and we get really insecure, or we get very unsure of ourselves. Like, oh, I don't think my coworkers like me. Oh, I don't think that supervisor likes me. Oh, the second I walked into the break room, they grabbed their coffee and they left real quick, and they had a weird look on their face. Oh, they can't stand me. They have it out for me. I just know it. Meanwhile, maybe they had to pass gas real bad, and they were trying to hurry up and get out of there before you heard them let one rip. You don't know what's going on. So Two of Pentacles comes up to say, we got to get inside. We got to get outside of our head. We're inside of our head too much. We're judging ourselves. We're analyzing too much what other people might be thinking, what other people might be feeling, and we got to get grounded. We need to be in the present space. Two of Pentacles also can come up in a situation where we're worried about looking foolish or looking silly, and I feel some of you are wanting to make a change in your life, but there's a little bit of pride, or there's a little bit of ego, like, oh, but I can't walk away from this, because if I do, then other people are going to say, I told you so. I told you so. I told you that person was no good for you, or I told you that job was too good to be true, or I told you this, or I told you that. And so some of you might be feeling like you want to save face, so to speak, but you staying in a situation that's making you miserable is not worth, quote unquote, saving face, right? So you need to put aside your fear or your worry that people are gonna look at you in a certain kind of way, or you're gonna be embarrassed about something. This isn't time to worry about that. This isn't time to worry about being embarrassed. It's time to go easy on yourself and to make life easier on yourself, okay? Your next card coming up here, Aquarius, is the King of Pentacles. Now, traditionally in tarot, the court cards are going to be representative of people coming into the situation. So this can be, traditionally speaking, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn person that you might be dealing with. Or if you have those earth sign placements, they may be full front and center. Those areas of your life may be areas that you're giving a little extra attention to right now. However, if you're new to this channel, I just said I don't focus on love in the weekly readings, but I also want to take the weekly readings and I want to focus on you, and I want it to be about you and your journey and less about other people. And so the King of Pentacles, when he comes up, he's heralding in a time of what we can sum up as the Midas touch, right? Everything you touch is going to turn into gold. That's one of the meanings with the King of Pentacles, that the works of your hands are blessed right now, that your ideas are going to be productive, they're going to be beneficial, they're going to be abundant. Okay, it can be making wise investments, being very business savvy, being very business minded. Now, I've said this in a few other readings. The King of Pentacles has a very special meaning for me because it's the first tarot card I ever touched. Okay, and it followed me for a while. And from my experiences, the King of Pentacles came with the message for me in my readings that says there's an opportunity coming. There's a door that's about to open for you. And it is very exciting, and in some ways you may even have dreamed about it. But at the same time, when it's actually happening, there's this part of you that's like, oh, but I could never. Like, it sounds wonderful, it sounds great, but I'm not ready yet, right? They might come in and offer you a promotion at work, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing, but I don't know if I'm going to do a good job. I might tell them that I want to stay here where I'm at in this department. Or you might get a job offer, and you're like, what in the heck? Are they sure they want to offer that to me? Did they look at my resume, right? Or some opportunity opens up, and you're like, oh, it sounds so great, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it up. King of Pentacles is like, look, if you weren't ready for it, it wouldn't be here now. It's here now because you're ready for it. Okay? It's here now because you're ready for it, and you can walk through those doors. Okay? You're going to figure it out. You're going to get it done. You have the skills. You have the abilities. You have the talents. You have the gifts. Trust in what you bring to the table because you have what you need to flourish. Right? That's one of the messages that the King of Pentacles brings to the readings. Okay? So a lot of you are stepping into this energy, and a lot of you are going to find that you're making some decisions here that are faring very well for you in the future, in terms of abundance, in terms of money coming up, right? One more thing and I'll move on to the next card. King of Pentacles sometimes comes up to say that we're sitting on an idea and we need to get to work, that this is actually the solution, this is how things are going to change, and we already have what we need to get started. Okay, we don't have to we don't have to overcomplicate it, right? We don't have to put a ton of money into something, right? I give the example, I'm not in Los Angeles anymore, but I'm kind of grew up in Los Angeles, and there's a very famous bakery out there called Porto's. Maybe some of you have had it. They have a few locations now, and no matter when you go, it's line out the door, down the block, always busy, but really poppin' place, really amazing pastries and food. And it just started with a lady who immigrated from Cuba with her family, and she wanted to, help out with the expenses of, having a family, having kids, and she just started baking out of her house, and she started selling cakes to her neighbors. And the next thing you knew, people were driving down their street saying, oh, where does the cake lady live? Where does that cake lady live? And then there was cars lining up down the block trying to place orders with her. And it started with what she had. She had some eggs, she had some flour, she had some sugar. Now she's got at least 3 bakeries that I know of, right? Maybe even more. And she's employing a lot of people, giving a lot of people jobs. They're living good, they're living comfortably. And it all started with a bag of flour and a bag of sugar and some eggs and whatever else, milk, whatever else she had, right? Cocoa powder, but like, you have enough to get started, and that's going to bring in income, and you're going to be able to take from that income, and you're going to be able to get more and to expand and to grow. Some of you might be in the Two of Pentacles energy because you're feeling embarrassed, or you kind of like you lost your confidence because maybe you were looking for financial backing, maybe you were looking for a loan or an investor and they told you no, and you took that as like, oh, well, then I'm not good enough, or they don't think that I can do it. And King of Pentacles is saying you don't need them. right? You have what you need to get started. You're going to bring in the money. You're going to grow. You're going to expand. And the best part is you're not going to have to pay anybody back any kind of a loan. You get to keep it. Okay? And so it's like trusting in yourself and working with what you have. Working with what you have in the moment. The next card here, Aquarius, is the Five of Pentacles. Some of you are definitely thinking about self-employment. I saw something the other day where there was a news report that like 4 million, and this is just in America, 4 million people quit their jobs in April, right? If you're looking for a job, I can tell you 4 million jobs have opened up. So if you're discouraged, don't be discouraged for too long. Something will eventually pop for you. But a lot of people are thinking about self-employment. A lot of people are thinking about going it their own way. And that can be scary. It can be exciting, but it can be scary. Some people are having to quit their jobs because, the school situation, and they have to stay home with kids, and they're trying to find ways that they can work from home but work around their kids, because even people working from home, it's like that doesn't mean that you can watch your kids if your job requires you to be glued to your computer while they're running around and you're trying to get them to do their schoolwork online, but Five of Pentacles here can be that like some of you are thinking about going out there on your own and doing something in terms of self-employment. And it can be uncertainty about the future financially. Now, one of the things the Five of Pentacles wants you to know, that this is going to be a bittersweet journey. Even though you might have to be cautious with your finances, and even though you might kind of have to make some changes, and as you're investing time and money and energy into like schooling or starting a business or working less to be at home with your family, whatever it might be, there's gonna be some very fond times that come out of this as well. And I've sometimes referred to the Five of Pentacles as the Wizard of Oz card, because Dorothy was lost and she was trying to find her way home, and she was out there lost in the cold trying to find her way, and she ended up finding soul tribe. She ended up finding soul family, right? Those characters that she came across, they balanced each other out. They helped each other out. They gave each other a lot of help in their own unique, special ways. And so Five of Pentacles comes up to say that on this journey, you're going to start picking up authentic, sincere, genuine connections and friendships and relationships. Not people who are around you for what you can do for them. Okay? Not people who are around you because they see you as an affluent person with connections, or because they see you as somebody who's gonna, pick up the bill all the time, but rather around you for the right reasons. So Five of Pentacles is like, you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, like there were a lot of charms in those days. Like that's how it all started. That was the beginning. Oh my gosh, remember how we had to live so simply, and look at what we have now. So some of you are kind of finding yourself at like this new beginning or this fresh start in this way, right? Kind of like, newlyweds that are just starting out. They don't have furniture. They're sitting and eating, ramen on the floor, right, in their studio. And then maybe 10-year anniversary, they look back and they have a house and they have kids, and they're like, oh my gosh, remember when we first got married and we would, look in the pockets and in wherever we could see if we had enough change to buy ramen, right? And you kind of laugh about those days, but it was a time that you were able to come closer to each other. It was a time that you were able to build the relationship on the right foundations. And some of you Aquarius are going to be experiencing that right now. Experiencing foundations, connections. That's not around fanciness, right? That's not around, going out to the club, if there's clubs open where you are, right? And popping bottles, or, being wined and dined, or, expensive things, but rather connecting on a human level as you are in this new beginning and as you're building something new in your life. The next card coming up for you guys, Aquarius, is the Eight of Cups. And I'm not surprised to see this at all. And this is coming up with a message for you guys. Okay, so traditionally, Eight of Cups is like we're seeking fulfillment. We feel like something is missing in life and we don't know just what. And Eight of Cups can also be linked to career changes. When people are wanting to do something more meaningful, more purposeful, more fulfilling, right? It's like we want that change and we want that shift. Now, Eight of Cups, I've seen time and time again come up in my readings over the years, and it's saying, look, you're a very goal-oriented person. You're an ambitious person, and you're the kind of person that once you put your mind to do something, you're not going to rest until you do it, and you're going to accomplish it. But here's the issue, here's the problem. Every time you accomplish a goal, you're happy for a little bit, and then you're like, oh, but something is still missing. I must have gone into the wrong career. Or, I'll be happier when I get that promotion. I'll be happier when I get that corner office. I'll be happier when I have that certain title. Oh, you know what? All that stuff happened. Something's still missing. Maybe I need to go back and get a higher degree. Then I'll be happy. You go and you do that. Oh, well, maybe that was the wrong thing. Maybe I'll be happier when I meet my soulmate. Right? And every single thing you accomplish, you're happy for a little bit, but then something is still missing. And so this card comes up to say, look, what you're working on right now, it's not going to be any different for you. You're going to work, you're going to bust your behind, you're going to accomplish it, you're going to succeed, your wish is going to come true, you're going to be happy for a little bit, and then you're going to say, something's still missing. And Eight of Cups is trying to say, look, let's nip this in the bud. Let's find that missing piece so that you can settle down and you can enjoy all of your hard work. Okay? The missing piece is the spiritual connection. Eight of Cups is a hunger for spiritual connection. And we don't recognize that we're hungry for spiritual connection. And we try to fill it up with everything else under the sun. Right? And then everything feels empty, right? You might have the most amazing partner in the world. They might tell you you're so beautiful or so handsome, and they're so happy that they have you. They might even do things to let you feel like they love you or they care about you, but you're like, but something is still missing, right? We need that spiritual connection. Okay, you're gonna accomplish these goals that you're setting out to do, and you're coming into a time of real abundance here with this King of Pentacles. Abundance more than anything you've experienced before. But in order to feel fulfilled, this is the time right now you need to start working on your spiritual connection, Aquarius. Okay, and some of you might say, oh, but I pray and meditate every day. I do my yoga, I light my candles, I read my Bible, I read my holy book, I do this, I do that. That's wonderful. Keep doing those things, but pay attention, because there's a possibility here that this routine has become a little bit too routine, right? Like if somebody tells you I love you all the time, eventually I love you is just going to be like hi or bye. It's going to lose its meaning because you hear it so much. And so just like we need to spice up our relationships or keep things interesting with our friends and try new things, we need to incorporate new things in our spiritual practice as well. And when I say new things, I don't mean that you have to change your modality. I don't mean that you have to change your belief. I don't mean that you have to start calling on different gods or different kinds of spirituality unless you feel moved to do that. What I mean is it's time to connect in a different way. Maybe you can go out and you can appreciate nature and thank higher power, thank God for creating, and to feel God moving through the trees, to feel God moving through the water, ways to bring it to life, right? And switch it up. This is the time to focus on your spiritual connection so that all this hard work that you're doing, you can really fully enjoy it. You can really fully enjoy it and hold on to it and not feel defeated again. Not feel like, oh my gosh, like why can't I be happy? Or how come I have so much and I'm still so miserable? right? Some of you have been looking at people for a long time, laughing at them, like, oh, look at these people, they have these fancy houses, they have these fancy cars, they have all these wonderful things, and they're so miserable. Oh my gosh, what idiots. One day, if I ever have that stuff, I'm going to be so grateful, I'm going to be so thankful, I'm going to be the happiest person on the planet. And Spirit is saying, well, yeah, you'll be happy for a little bit, but until you have that spiritual connection, you're going to end up like the people you were laughing at. Okay? So this is the time. Keep doing what you're doing in terms of these financial goals. They're going to go well for you, but focus on your spiritual connection as well. You might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than your sun sign, or they may add a little extra information. If you want to check out the love readings for June, those are linked in the description. July love readings will be up in the next couple of days. And if you would like a private reading with me, you can go to calendly.com/amethystangelite and schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week ahead. Bye, Aquarius. Take care, my dears.